Real Madrid. Here's a fun fact that'll blow your mind. That crown isn't just fancy decoration. Real Madrid is officially royalty. Like, certified by an actual king. Back in 1920, Spanish King Alfonso III gave the club his royal patronage, which meant they could call themselves Real, Spanish for royal, and rock a crown in their logo. A football club getting royal approval? That's like getting a verified badge from God himself. But here's where it gets spicy. When Spain became a republic in 1931, Real Madrid had to ditch the crown and the Real title temporarily. They added a purple stripe to their crest, representing Castile. When Franco came to power, the crown and Real name returned in 1941. So that logo isn't just fancy, it's literally Spanish political history on a shirt. Every time you see that crown, you're looking at decades of regime changes wrapped up in a football crest. Barcelona. Speaking of political statements, let's talk Barcelona. Their crest looks like someone's first attempt at graphic design, but every single element is loaded with meaning. Top left corner. That red cross on white is the cross of St. George, patron saint of Catalonia. Right next to it, those yellow and red stripes. That's the Senyera, the Catalan flag. From the very start, this logo is screaming, "We're Catalan" before anything else. In the middle, you've got the FCB initials for Football Club Barcelona, and at the bottom are those iconic blue and red stripes. There's actually debate about why they chose these colors. One theory says it was inspired by FC Basel, the Swiss club their founder admired. Another claims it mirrored their school colors, Merchant Taylor's School in England. Either way, it stuck and became one of the most recognizable color combinations in football. This isn't just a logo, it's a declaration of identity wrapped in football colors. Manchester United. Now let's talk about Manchester United's devil, because nothing says global football superpower like borrowing your identity from a rugby team. You'd think a club with a devil in its crest would be some underground punk squad, but nope, it's become one of the most marketed brands in sports. They started as Newton Heath, with boring old trains and shields on their early logos, back when they were still figuring out this whole football thing. But after rebranding as Manchester United in 1902, they wanted to reflect more of the city's industrial swagger. That ship at the top of the crest? That's pure Manchester heritage. The city was England's trading powerhouse, and the ship symbolizes that mercantile muscle. But here's where it gets good. The devil was never part of the original plan. In the 1960s, Sir Matt Busby heard about the Red Devils nickname from Salford Rugby Club and thought it sounded way cooler than their current nickname. The media ran with it, the fans loved it, and by 1970 that horned little guy had officially invaded the crest. So Manchester United's most iconic symbol isn't some deep mythological reference. It's literally a hand-me-down from a local rugby team that probably still wants royalties. The ultimate case of steal like an artist before that was even a thing. Manchester City. Manchester City's 2016 logo refresh might look sleek and modern, but it's actually packed with Manchester's industrial DNA. That ship front and center. It's a direct nod to the Manchester Ship Canal, the game-changing waterway that transformed the city into an industrial powerhouse. The red rose isn't just a pretty touch, it's the symbol of Lancashire, Manchester's historic county. And those three subtle blue stripes beneath the ship. They're the Irwell, Irk, and Medlock, the three rivers that literally shape the city's landscape. City fans will tell you the return to the circular design was a big deal, ditching the unpopular Eagle and Star badge from the 90s that never felt right. What looks like a simple modern logo is actually a love letter to Manchester's history. Every element tells part of the city's story. Fun fact, the ship design is actually based on a real 1894 coat of arms featuring the Manchester Ship Canal. They didn't just make it up, they went full historian mode. Aston Villa. Aston Villa's crest has evolved through the years, but one constant remains, that proud lion standing tall. And here's the kicker. It's not just any lion, but the royal lion from Scotland's banner. The Scottish connection? That traces back to William McGregor, one of Villa's founders, who just happened to be Scottish. And oh yeah, the same guy who helped establish the Football League in 1888. So basically, this man shaped English football twice over, creating the league system and giving Villa their iconic symbol. that single star floating above the lion. That's Villa's 1982 European Cup glory on permanent display. They might not have a cabinet full of European trophies, but when you've conquered the continent once, you make sure everyone remembers it. Earlier versions of the crest carried the motto, "Prepared," a nod to the club's roots. But the modern design has stripped that back, leaving just the essentials: the Scottish lion, the European star, and clean, bold lines. Proof that sometimes, less really is more when it comes to football crests. Arsenal. You don't need to be a history buff to know about the cannon on Arsenal's logo, but it goes deeper than just cool war imagery. Arsenal was originally formed by munitions workers in Woolwich, southeast London, back in 1886. The cannon was their literal day job. They made weapons. So, when they built a football team, the identity followed naturally. Even after the club moved north to Highbury in 1913, the cannon stuck around. It's changed direction a few times, and some versions were more detailed than others, but the basic message has always stayed the same: strength, tradition, and a link to the club's industrial roots. The current version is cleaner than older ones. It's modern, but still proudly shows the cannon, and the use of gold gives it that sense of polish without overdoing it. Liverpool. Liverpool's logo centers on the liverbird, the mythical creature that's been part of Liverpool's city coat of arms since 1797. The club adopted this symbol in 1901 when they needed an official crest. The two eternal flames flanking the crest were added in 1993 as a permanent memorial to the 96 victims of the Hillsborough disaster. This number was officially corrected to 97 in 2021 following Andrew Devine's death. While the club's motto, "You'll never walk alone," doesn't appear on the current logo, it remains intrinsically linked to the club's identity. The phrase originates from the 1945 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical Carousel, before becoming the team's anthem in the 1960s. Juventus. When Juventus unveiled their radical 2017 rebrand, football purists were stunned. Gone was the classic black and white striped crest with bull and crown, replaced by a minimalist stylized J that looked more at home on a Milan runway than a football pitch. But this was no accident. As then-President Andrea Agnelli stated, the redesign was about transcending football, creating an icon that could work equally well on streetwear, digital platforms, and global merchandise. The backlash was immediate. Traditionalists called it soulless, but the vision proved prescient. That sleek J achieved something remarkable. It became instantly identifiable worldwide, distilling Juventus's identity into a single, versatile symbol. While the old crest spoke to local Turin heritage, the new design screamed global lifestyle brand, a calculated move that predated similar shifts by other clubs. Bayern Munich. You know a logo is iconic when people recognize it instantly, even if they don't know its meaning. Bayern Munich's emblem is the perfect example. That bold red, blue, and white circle is unmistakable, but the real story lies in those distinctive blue and white diamonds at its heart. These diamonds, properly called the Bavarian lozenges, come straight from the Free State of Bavaria's flag and coat of arms, where they've symbolized Bavarian identity since the 13th century. Despite being Germany's most successful club, Bayern has proudly maintained this deep regional connection. The outer ring simply states, FC Bayern München, in clean white lettering. No fuss, no unnecessary elements. While the club has refined its visual identity over the decades, the core elements, the diamond pattern and color scheme, have remained constant since the club's 1900 founding. It's a masterclass in branding. They've essentially condensed Bavarian pride into a circular emblem, creating one of the most recognizable crests in world football. The design proves you don't need complexity when you have centuries of history on your side. Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund's logo is minimal but mighty. Borussia Dortmund's logo is about as stripped down as you'll find in European football. It's simple. A big yellow circle, BVB up top, and 09 at the bottom. That's it. But don't mistake simple for shallow. Every piece means something. BVB stands for Ballspielverein Borussia 09, with the full name translating to Borussia Ball Game Club 1909. The 09 is even more direct. It's the last two digits of 1909, the year the club was founded. But what really makes it stick is the yellow and black. That color combo is electric, it's aggressive, it stands out, and it fits the club's whole identity. Sometimes the most powerful statements are the simplest ones. Dortmund proved that with this logo. And there you have it, 10 of Europe's most iconic club logos, and the wild stories behind every single one. But here's the thing, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Every single club in Europe has stories like these. The question is, which one surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know which logo backstory absolutely blew your mind. And if you're hungry for more football content that goes deeper than the surface, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We've got more videos coming that'll change how you see the beautiful game forever.